speaker from our technical team. Bernice, maybe I just have one question that I'd like to ask you. Open-ended question.
Yes.
What gives you the fire and the drive to do what you do every day? What gives you the fire in the belly? What inspires you to wake up in the morning and do what you do with so much prowess?
Good. That I get to see the impact of technology in Africa. I'm in the FSI space, working with not only Microsoft, with IBM, but also in the startup environment. I have seen how my customers using technology have been able to drive financial inclusion, and seeing how that has impacted the person who's an agent or the person who's using AI for education. It's changing the landscape of Africa, right? And that motivates me to keep coming and doing what I'm doing, selling technology that will make impact in Africa. And that's my drive, and that's my mantra and my motto.
Thank you so much. Over to you on the presentation. Thank you.
Great. So as is mentioned, my name is Bernice, currently an account technology strategist at Microsoft. What that means is I look at technology and how do we bring technology to every person and every individual, all right? My topic today is on AI, right? I've had conversations over here going around about AI, what impact it has in people's businesses, and what people are doing with it, right? And we saw the trend when AI came last year in the form of ChatGPT. If you look at the trend on how it got to 100 million users in comparison to Facebook, which took 4.5 years, it took less than 3 months for ChatGPT to reach 100 million users. Now, why did you see this great impact of scale in terms of AI? It's one, the accessibility, that we no longer were interacting with AI in channels that are behind us, but we were given an interface, a user interface, where we could go and type and interact with AI. That saw the drive and the leap of usage, okay? Now, this is a quick testament of where technology is going to keep improving. Now, there was a release of GPT 4.0 Omni. I think we will even surpass this 100 million users in a matter of days, right, in terms of usage. And Gen AI is transforming very fast. Now, AI is not a new concept, not to Microsoft or to the business. We have been looking at AI for many years, where we studied artificial intelligence, understanding how we're able to bring human thought, human decisioning in computers. Then we moved to machine learning, giving it subsets of data and trying to train a machine on that data. Then we moved to deep learning, where we let the machines start making their own decisions based on patterns and data it starts speaking out. Then now we're in the era of generative AI. Where we are, it means that we are able to create new written material by providing inputs in natural language. We're able to create new videos, audio, create new content in terms of image. And Gen AI then is leading a conversation around financial services and how we're able to leverage it, okay? Now, it's always been the news. It's here. Now, every day, my conversation has moved. In the past 1 year, every engagement I've been in is always being led with AI, right? Because the banks need to realize that they need to transform, and this is one of the pillars they're going to use. Now, they have multiple use cases of AI, and what we always try to figure out and tell them, let's bring it down and see, where do you start and where do you start your journey on? So as you're starting your journey, some conversations were had yesterday on how responsible is AI when we're infusing it into our processes or tools. Now, being a leader in AI, figure that the things that we need to do to ensure that AI works is to make sure that it's fair, meaning if Bernice is applying for a loan and we're using AI models to qualify her or score her, based on her parameters, there should be fairness on how that loan was given to Bernice. It should be reliable and safe, meaning the data that you give is stored within your confines of your environment. We're not using data to train other models. Security on it, a lot of privacy and data around it, right? So how are we ensuring that your data is secure? Inclusiveness, if you look at this principle, we're focusing a lot on, there are over a billion people who are differently abled. How can technology help solve their problems? By using AI and being inclusive. So ensuring that all the things that you build on AI supports inclusiveness. Now, transparency and accountability are key important factors. When you generate something from AI, how do we make sure that it is accountable in the content you're putting out? And how are we transparent to you that the material you've created is actually accurate? Now, when you look at the banking industry or the insurance industry, right, some of the key places that we want to start the AI journey is looking internally, right? So you as an organization, as a bank or an insurance company, let's start asking you, how are we infusing AI into your knowledge workers? Meaning people who are doing day-to-day tasks, right? Your branch tellers, your business analysts, right? How do we allow you to complete your tasks faster with AI? Looking at summarizing documents, summarizing emails, enabling tracking of communication and chat. So we target knowledge workers and use AI for their day-to-day work. And you have seen that that impacts them in quicker turnaround time. If you look at the customer service part, in terms of the agents who are serving your customers, when a customer calls into your contact center, how are we using AI to resolve customer issues? We're ensuring that when you put up a new agent in a call center, they're using AI to educate themselves. They're using AI to log and track issues. They're using AI as an interface. So the customer might start their journey before they get the contact center on a chatbot. When that chatbot does not fulfill their need or satisfy their request for support, how do we move with the customer service agent? The agent views those transcripts. How are we using AI also to do sentiment analysis on calls that are coming in at the call center or the service center? And this gives a holistically good experience to the customer if you're looking at it from a sales perspective. All right? If you're looking at a job of a seller, what you're doing is putting out presentations, you're putting out proposals, you're doing loan applications, you're doing onboarding of new customers, you're doing contracts, right? So how are we making your sales work more effective using AI, right? So it's having a starting point of, you wake up in the morning, you see what are your most priority emails that you need to attend to. AI helps you to respond to them. If you're looking like, using Teams, you've had a meeting with a customer, how do you transcribe that meeting, take the contents of that meeting, push them into an email, create a proposal? So we are automating all these tasks that you had to do as a seller and improving your experience. What that does, it increases outputs, it increases outcomes, it increases your conversations with your customers. So you're getting more value from every resource. And that's why in the morning when the man from Jubilee was here, he mentioned that, they were able to reduce staff because of automating some processes with AI. But what do? They deployed those people to become value-adding people, adding revenue from a sales perspective. If you look at security, we're using AI highly. We track about 70 billion threats every day. That can be tracked when you're using just without AI. You need these tools then to help security experts to pick threats and respond to threats. If you go to look at the data in the AI and the IT professionals, right? When you have these sessions on AI and how you're able to get insights from your data, using AI on Fabric, you're able to see that they're able to derive faster value to the business. Things that used to take them 1 week, 2 weeks to analyze, it's been reduced. So again, time to value to the business because you're able to process data fast. And then if you look at the developer ecosystem and here where we pin innovation, you'll see that even with GPT 4.0 now, a developer is actually able to talk to AI, tell them, I want to write code to perform this particular function. So you're no longer actually coding. You're verbally explaining to AI what you want to create, and it goes and writes that code. What does that mean? It means faster release of products. It means cleaner, safer generation of code. It means faster time to innovate where you fail and you try and fail fast because technology allows you to do that, okay? So I want us to watch one video. I've taken you through what AI could do for you. Let me take you to a video of a customer who has used AI and how they're using it.
Wanda is a client associate at Van Arsdale, a wealth management firm run by Sarah Perez. She helps Sarah and her clients by staying up to date on the latest industry research. A chat message from an LSEG bot arrives notifying her about a new healthcare report. Without having to switch apps, Wanda looks at a sentiment heat map to see how the research report impacted sentiment ratings. The live data from Refinitiv Workspace shows that the overall sentiment in the healthcare sector is dropping. Concerned how this will impact their clients, she goes right to the portfolio. Dynamics 365 for sales, infused with Wealth Practice 360, helps Wanda quickly see the healthcare equities with the biggest drop in analyst sentiment. She selects Cardinal Health, which has a big drop off in its 12-month price target, and sees which clients are affected. It looks like Babak Shamas's portfolio has the highest risk. With Wealth Practice 360 data infused directly into the client record, she gets a full download of Mr. Shamas's portfolio and asset allocation updated with real-time market information. She notices his heavy exposure to the healthcare industry on top of the outsized position in Cardinal Health. To rebalance the client's investments, Wanda reaches out to Sarah Perez, Mr. Shamas's primary relationship manager, using Teams chat embedded in Dynamics. This keeps the conversation history linked to the client record for convenient access and archiving. Wanda copies a Power BI chart showing the current allocation into the message. An Office tab shows all the documents linked to Mr. Shamas and suggests relevant research reports from Refinitiv Workspace, as well as forms sent over Outlook. The suggestions help the team organize and discover documents shared across M365 and the London Stock Exchange Group's platform. Wanda adds a document to the chat. Sarah Perez is on the road between client visits and receives the team's chat message from Wanda. She sees the live Power BI chart and asks Wanda to schedule a meeting with the client. When Sarah starts the meeting, Mr. Shamas's details and portfolio holdings are right there so she can focus on her client. Mr. Shamas asks about the ESG rating of one of the equities they're discussing. Sarah doesn't know offhand, but gets a proactive nudge, a card offering an answer to his question. Sarah glances at Cardinal Health's negative ESG ratings privately. She shares the ratings, which cement the decision to sell his position and switch to a different sector. They agree to the changes Sarah will make. Mr. Shamas ends the meeting, knowing his portfolio is in great hands.
I mean, if you are someone who's putting money into an account in the bank, that's experience that you want. You want someone to have the ability to contact you in the channels that you want, provide impactful information to make key decisions with your money. So that's the vision of how AI should work and be brought to financial institutions, right? Now, when you're all starting your AI journey, everyone asks, where do we start from? They say, okay, these are our use cases. Where do we start this transformation journey on? And when I sit with them, I keep telling them, all right, there's excitement, there are many things we can do, but let's start here. What's your business strategy? Be very clear about what is your return on investment when you're putting out AI. Do you have a data strategy? Where's your data? Where does it lie? How does it look like? Do you have governance policies? What is security posture, right? Have an AI strategy and experience, okay? As well as have organizational culture, which go hand in hand. Make sure you're training people, you're skilling people, you're letting them know what impact technology will have on their roles, how they're able to transform. As we have said, AI will not take your job. It's a person who uses AI who's going to take your job. Then have a very, very good way to govern your AI, right? You can read the white paper we have done there around how you're able to onboard AI in your organization. Now, how do I normally recommend the approach to AI to my customers, mostly financial institutions? Is wave one, look at use cases that are organizational. Use cases that will transform how you work as a business, right? Look at your contact center, your sales, your service, and start embedding Copilot or AI capabilities there. When you're able to prove that business case that AI works in your organization, then move to infusing AI into your products. Of course, some people would decide to leapfrog here and go do the customer experience first. But I see value in looking at how you infuse AI in your products, right? If you're doing chatbots, if you're doing product recommendations when someone is on your application, right? So how do you infuse it there to improve customer experience? Then you look at wave three, look at the new product offerings. Then ask yourselves, how are we getting to a place where we're disrupting the market and using AI? So this is a journey I keep telling or recommending to my customers when they're talking about AI. Of course, data is a fuel that powers AI, right? We can't have the conversation of AI without data. Granted, AI is able to consume data in different formats, structured, unstructured, written, audio, video, photos, right? Data is still what fuel. Data is still what is important to AI, because you can't put in a prompt and prompt nothing, right? You need to prompt a place where you're getting your data. So we understand that no one has a perfect data posture, right? Because of large volumes of data, legacy systems. Of course, we have a huge player that works closely with us in terms of regulation and compliance on how we are treating this data, right? So how do we prepare ourselves from technology to mitigate these risks? We look at having one platform, right? And we have this platform where we have said we'll organize all the data in one place where it is stored, where it is retrieved, one unified experience. You're not having multiple places where you're accessing your data. One framework where we're able to govern all your data that is going to be used by AI. And then different business models that might serve, a business model that might serve multiple organizations or institutions within the bank, right? You'll find that there's some use cases where data is stored that can serve people across the organization. It can serve the data teams, it can serve the transformation teams, it can serve the people who are building digital technology. So how do you unify all this data into one platform, okay? Another key consideration when you're starting your AI journey is to look at securing your data, securing how people access that data, securing how data is actually used within your applications and where AI is built, all right? Look at your whole estate, right? If you're gonna give access to these Copilot tools to make decisions on your behalf, how do you ensure that you're secure and you're coming from a secure posture? So very important. Now, a concern that was raised, I think, yesterday by one of the participants is how does AI impact us and in our environment, right? We understand that AI needs a lot of capacity to run, right? For you to run these models on large data sets, right? We understand from a Microsoft perspective that we'll need resources that are scalable, but with a future of having a sustainable environment. So one of the key things I've taken out when we are building these models for running generative AI or AI, given that the leader in AI, OpenAI, fully runs on Microsoft technology, which is Azure, we have committed to ensure that we are using renewable energy. I don't know if some of you saw the announcement yesterday when Ruto is in America, they signed an MOU to build a data center within our region in Okalau, where we can reuse renewable energy, all right, to run these heavy data workloads. All right, so we have sustainability as part of our AI strategy and agenda. All right, I want to play a video. I think the gentleman is going to play it for me. See what our customers are saying around AI and how they have used it.
Technology empowers our planet and empowers many organizations and many industries across the globe. And we're now starting to tackle some of the biggest challenges that financial services organizations face.
Technology is a major enabler at this point. So in order for us to have sustainable growth and help our clients have that sustainable growth, we need technology.
Generative AI has really galvanized the imagination of the world, taking natural language to apply questions and reason over data in very, very simple ways and make smart decisions.
I think somebody asked me once, what's the most popular programming language in the world? And it's the natural language that you speak with at the moment. And being able to tell the story around data is just truly game-changing.
Being able to ask a question in a prompt form and get back an answer, that system is going across all the different data sets to extract the information precisely, whether that's a GitHub Copilot, for example, to help developers be able to code more effectively. Generative AI is already helping financial services.
By enabling the bank to actually innovate the creation of a product in 15 minutes versus 12 months. That's massive.
It's just the last missing piece of the puzzle.
I think the value really comes through the use cases that get designed using this new technology. For example, in trade finance, in customer service, contact centers, in payments, there's so much insights within the payments, but it's a matter of giving access to how the questions get asked
a real chance of modernizing and changing the way that commercial banking works for the first time in probably 30 years.
How do you use data and analytics in a way to actually offer the right products and services to new markets, to create new ways to actually understand what you might need as an individual or what you might need as a business in a proactive way. So the idea of moving from a reactionary business model to a proactive and predictive business model is where the winners are going to be made in this industry, and that's what this technology foundation is all about.
Great. So in my last 1 minute, what I want to say and point out is that Africa has the largest youth population. People aged between 19 and 24 are going to utilize these skills and the AI to transform how they work. Number two, if Africa uses only 10% of the capacity of AI in the world, we're able to grow our economy by 1.5 trillion. That's a lot. So there's a lot of opportunity around AI, and we want to partner with you. Feel free to reach out and see how we can start this journey together. Thanks.